So for years, I always wanted to learn how to solo, but the only thing I really knew was just your regular box one pentatonic scale. This is the same thing that most guitarists learn. And obviously you can use that over anything in the A minor key, and if you know where your E string is and your bass and you're playing in minor, you can, your G minor, C minor, right? You can play that, but you're very limited to the box, and I wanted to learn how to play all across the neck and really just kind of take that next step. So I did see a short from Marty Schwartz who talked about he would be learning the extended pentatonic scale. So outside of just that box, he showed you the A minor extended scale. And that actually starts on the third string of the low E, and you play 3, 5, and then 3, 5 on the A before you slide down to the 7 on the A, and then you're just kind of back in that box one for a second. And then once you get to the G string, you take it from 7 to 9, and then you play what was your pinky in box one, but now you're playing it with your index on, 8 and 10, so 8, 10, 8, 10, and then you can slide that to the 12. So that was cool. I learned that, and you can put on a backing track, you can play between that and just the regular box. But it still didn't quite unlock everything, but I realized just kind of intuitively, and I think you would do the exact same thing if you just started playing with both of those, that first box and the extended scale at the same time. Now he's basically just teaching you the first half of the box in front of box one and, the bottom half of the box behind box one. And so if you just connect the rest of those dots, you're already playing from the head all the way to the 12. And once you get to the 12, then it all just starts over again. And now you've got the entire neck. And you can just slide that up and down depending on the tune you're going to be playing. So connecting the rest of the dots on the box in front towards the head of box one, well, we already know 3 and 5 and 3 and 5 from the extended scale. I'm not a perfect pro guitarist, so don't expect really good sounds, but we already know 3, 5, 3, 5. So what comes after that? Well, we already know that this whole 5th fret is going to be a part of the scale because it's part of box one. So our pinky is pretty much going to be based here. And we know that we're playing in A minor, so an open chord, here's your A minor chord. We know where the D and G is. Right? We also have this note right here. We can slide that down, and then we know that our low E is going to be the same as our high E. So right there, you already have the box in front. Okay, well that's pretty cool. And now you can switch between your extended scale. But you can, switch between that and your box one. So now you've got box here, box there, and you've got the extended scale. So then let's go back to closer down to the body of the guitar in our extended scale. When we slide on the G from 7 to 9 and we play 8, 10, 8, 10, well, what's going on right there? You're playing the 8, which is basically the end of box one. Now you're playing it with your index finger. You can slide that over to 12. You can play with all of that. And then as soon as you get to 12, again, like I said, it all starts over. We know this is our A minor triad. And it all just starts completely over, so. And you can play that extended scale again down here. So So just put all those pieces together, put a backing track on, play the extended scale, and then start it over. And at that point, I mean, you're completely opened up the entire guitar neck. And you didn't have to learn the cage system. I mean, again, this is just pentatonics, and I don't know what I don't know because I'm still learning a lot of guitar. But right then and there, that can help you put on any backing track and play as long as you know the key. And it's the exact same thing. Those shapes are the exact same thing. If you went from A minor to C minor, you just move your bass from the A on the top string to the C of the top string. And all those notes are the same. And play that extended scale. So yeah, it's pretty, you know, I think you, like I said, I think you'd all pretty much figure that out if you started playing with it, but that's how I took the last few days and really learned how to play up and down the entire neck of the keyboard for soloing without having to literally memorize where every note is. You memorize that, the rest of that box in the extended scale on the front, the rest of it on the back, and then all of this is the exact same.